Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends. This is so exciting. We're going to be learning B'siyat Tishmai about Parshas Toldos. And I want to dedicate this shir, L'schus Yidid Nafshi, Rav Gilamir ben Penina Shlita. Lo l'chol b'nei beito b'racha v'atzilacha b'chol ma'aseh yedeihem. We're going to be basing this shir on a mimer said by Rav Hutner Zatzal on the second night of Sukkot, the Ushpizin of Yitzchak. And it was published in the Sefer Ma'amori Parad Yitzchak and Maimer Samach Beis. And the Parshas Chayesara, it says about the death of Yishmael al Panei Kol Echov Nofal. And at the beginning of the next parsha, Parshas Toldos, it says Eila Toldot Yitzchak. So on this juxtaposition of the death of Yishmael and the birth of Yitzchak, says famously the Baal HaTurim that when Yishmael falls at the end of days, then Ben David is going to be Tzomeach, who is Toldos Yitzchak. Eila Toldos Yitzchak Ai Ben David. That Nephilas Yishmael, the fall of Ishmael, is a harbinger for the rise of the seed of a Yitzchak, who is King David, the Messiah. And even though in the pasuk Al Panei Kol Echov Nofal, Nafal in this pasuk in the simple meaning is Chana, he encamped, he dwelled, not dwelled, you say spelt. You've heard about the person who was in the spelling bee and they got out of the word spelt. There's a T at the end, not an ED. One L, not two. In any event, but it's still called the fil, even though Nafal means Chana, means camp, but it also means he fell. Like Rashi explains, before Avram died, Yishkon, and now after Avram dies, Nafal. Then you have Nefila also. So the Nefila of Yishmael is an opening for the Tzmicha of Ben David, Shemi Toldos Yitzchak. Now, in the relationship between Yaakov and Esav, we find that Yaakov is not victorious until Esav falls. V'yado chezet ba'akev Esav. His hand is holding on to the ankle of Esav, to the soul of Esav, not the ankle, the soul. The soul, not the neshama, the soul, the bottom of the foot. So the malchus of Yaakov is only miskayem as biyado after the malchus of Esav ceases to exist. This relationship between Yaakov and Esav was explained in the pasuk a number of places, but the nefil of Yishmael as a tanai for the empowerment of Yitzchak was only explained in a remez like the Baal HaTurim. So why by Esav is it explicit that Yaakov ochezes ba'akev Esav, that he's mamish holding on, and that only when Esav falls will Yaakov rise? Yaakov is talui in Esav, kibiyachol. So here you see this relationship of as there comes Zenofel. Whereas when it comes to Yishmael, it's only beremes. Very rare that we needed the Baal HaTurim to teach us. Simply we can say that the relationship of Yaakov and Esav is like it says, they can't have godless at the same time. The Gemara says in Megillah, famously on page 6, that if they tell you Yerushalayim and Caesarea and Rome, not Caesarea and Eretz Yisrael, if they tell you that Yerushalayim and the city in Rome of Caesarea are both built, don't believe him. Yishachas shel oze. So such a relationship where it's oze, that is going to be with the body. That's going to be galui mamash. That's going to be revealed. This battle is explained begufo shel mikra in the pasuk itself. But the Yishmael and Yitzchak, there's no yachas of oze. Oze is we're up, they're down. They're up, we're down. So that's more clear. But our conflict with Yishmael is not a battle of Ozeh. It's not either us or them. And therefore this ma'avak, this battle, is not so revealed. It has to be explained beremes. Because we're not necessarily going to be up when they're down. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. At the end of days, yes. So if we have a remez here at the end of days, even though it's not so clear this relationship of ozeh, it's not the way it works with us. But at the end of days, that's the way it'll work. And therefore we have this remez, the smichas of Parshas, the nefila of Yishmael, and the kima of Eila Toldos Yitzchak. Now we are going to go a little bit deeper. In the Cheshbon Mishpachos Yishmael, we have a lashon of Nesi'im Le'umotam. They are kings to their nations. By Esav, it says the lashon of Alufim, like generals, Alufei Esav. So the difference between them spreads its wings on all the generations and is a root for the difference in relationship between Yishmael and the Jewish people, and Esav and the Jewish people. So what is an aluf? It's famous that Rav Footner came up with this word when he was on the airplane. I think it was a TWA airplane in 1970 that was hijacked by the Arabs. And he was looking in their face, and he saw that there's no Malchus here. This is not Malchus. And he came up with this idea that Esav is called an aluf. Aluf, Chazal teaches him Malchusa below Taga. It's a kingship without a crown. Esav is Zocher Malchus, Elom Elom Yematz. Rashi says, Ein lo, Chazal say, Ein lo Om Ela Malchus. There was Zocher Malchus, but his Malchus is without a crown. The crown is given to those who have a Ratzon. Milamala, that God wants their Malchus. Malchus without a crown is somebody who's king himself. Malchus shel alufim is a Malchus mugbeles. It's a limited Malchus. Because the Malchus of Esav is Nimsheches Rak at Kufas V'olam Moshim B'Har Tzion Nishpotas Har Esav. The Malchus of Esav continues only until the saviors are going to stand on Mount Zion and judge the mountain of Esav. So he doesn't get the crown. The crown is shaykh to Yaakov. So Esav has Malchus. He has a limited Malchus. That's an aluf, Malchus below Taga. Sanhedrin Sadi Tes Samad Aleph. Until V'olam Hashem B'Haratzon Shpotas Har Esav. But Yishmael only has Nesiim. What's Nesiim? Lashon Shel Kavod V'Gedula. They have important people, but not Mamish Malachim. Not kings. They have kings, they have Nesiim. I translated before as kings of their nations, but it's not really a king. Then I would say Melachim. Nesiim literally means elevated above. And that's what Yishmael is. They have their own Nesiim. Today we call a Nasi a president. It's a Lashon of Kavod and Gedula. But it's not Mamish a king. Sometimes in the Torah, when you use the Lashon of Nasi, it is referring to the king of Israel. But by Yishmael, it's not referring to the king. Because they don't have kings. By us, we have an explicit Lashon of Melech. It says Nasi ki Nasi ba'amcha l'sar, etc. So you have cases where Nasi means king. But it literally means somebody high, somebody elevated. They don't have Malchus. Who gets the crown? The crown is shaykh to Yaakov. And Esav is Malchus without a crown. And Yishmael is not Malchus at all. And that's just in Yishmael and Esav. Esav is a Yoresh Mamish. V'etein le'Esav is Har Sari l'Resh also. I'm going to give Esav the Mount Seir to inherit it. Yerushalayim Nasati is Har Sari. I gave Har Sari as Yerusha as an inheritance to Esav, but about Yishmael it says Fakert. Expel him. He's not going to inherit. Esav has an inheritance. He has a koach Yerusha to a certain extent from the Avos. Yishmael doesn't. He was expelled. somebody who has a very sensitive ear, that is attuned to the tunes of the psukim, can distinguish here a very sharp difference between what it says about the Alufei Esav and the Siyei Yishmael. But Alufei says, Elo Alufei Esav l'moshvosam be'eretz achuzosam. Whereas about Nesiyei Yishmael it says, Elo shmosam bechatzreihem uvetirosam. So about Esav it says, these are the kings of Edom in their dwelling places, in the land of their inheritance. Whereas by Yishmael it says, in their courtyards and in their palaces. Why is it called bechatzreihem uvetirosam, in courtyards and palaces? אלא שהם הם הדברים. עשיו הוא יורש, ויש לו מושב משלו, ויש לו ארץ משלו. אבל ישמעאל, הוא אינו יורש. אין לו מקום משלו. Yishmael does not have inheritance. ועל זה נאמר בחצריהם ובטירותם. In their courtyards, in their palaces, arayut, it's only temporary, in contrast to a moshav and an aretz. Rambam b'tshuvotav, בפאר הדור סימן נון, בהוצאות מקיצי נרדמים, הוא דן בחילוק בין נוצרים וישמעאלים. What's interesting, the Christians and the Arabs, and the Ishmaelites, the Muslims. The Christians adopted Torah Shebechsav. But the Ishmaelite says the Rambam didn't. They have a version, but trust me, they changed some of the core stories. So based on what we're saying, we can explain the difference. Because Esav was never called for Torah Shebechsav. He said, Torah is mine, Anu Yisrael. Like Chazal say, Esav Tainis. The Christians say, we're the real Israel now. Because Esav is Taka Yoresh. Just in Torah Shebal Peh, we exclude him. Ki bi Yitzchak yikar l'chazara, bi Yitzchak v'lo kol Yitzchak. Like we had numerous shiurim about this Indian of bi Yitzchak v'lo kol Yitzchak, about Esav, about Yishmael. Tifa in Yanim. Woo! They're part of it Shuva in the Shagas Aryeh and Siman Memtes. Esav is excluded in Torah Shebal Peh. Yimken kfirat Esav yi b'Torah Shebal Peh. But Yishmael doesn't have the claim on our Torah Shebechsav. Why? Because the Torah excludes him explicitly. Ki lo yirash. It says explicitly in the pasuk Yishmael is out. But Esav, it's only a drasha. Ki bi Yitzchak v'lo kol Yitzchak. V'kach mishtakef ha'evdel b'toldot yomot olam. Esav lokeach la'atzmo ha'torah ma'shen ken Yishmael. Esav takes the Torah for himself, unlike Yishmael. And therefore Esav, who's makabel b'Yerusha, doesn't come with a taina that Eretz Yisrael is his. Because he has his own chelik in Yerusha. He has his own inheritance. He doesn't claim Israel is his. But Yishmael, with all of his zealousness, zealotry, with all of his anger, he says, the land of Israel is ours, it's the land of Palestine. I remember I was once taking a cab, you want to go from Manhattan to Riverdale, so you can take the train all the way up, and then you get to the last stop, and you get off, but you're not in Riverdale yet. You're in the Bronx, but you're not in Riverdale. So you have two options. 3. You can walk, but it's a walk. You take your car, you have your car there. Or you can take a taxi, $8-10. So whenever I go, I take the third option. So I once took a taxi, and the driver said to me, Yalla! I was like, I know that word. And I asked him where he's from. And of course, he was from Palestine. I'm also from Palestine, sort of, but they don't call it Israel because they say it's not Israel. There was always a Palestinian state. When was there a Palestinian state? Never. But they like to think there was. So they claim Eretz Yisrael is theirs because they don't have an inheritance. It's like they're so mad they don't have an inheritance. They say it's ours. They give us this. הוא בא נגד היורש האמיתי בכל הכעס והרציחה שאנחנו רואים במו עינינו בזמננו על נחלת ארץ ישראל. נפלא מאוד. That's where the anger comes from. כמה פעמים הזכרנו את יסודו של המהר"ל, שאפשר לתורה שבעל פה שתוקדם לתורה שבכתב. ולכן מה שנצטוו על השבת במראה בעל פה, בעל כורכך, שהיא מצווה של נבואה ולא מצווה של תורה. Maharal says that you can't have Torah Shebaal Peh preceding Torah Shebechsav. Never they were commanded on Shabbos in Morah. When the Jews left Egypt and they got to Morah, they were commanded to keep Shabbos Baal Peh. It can't be a mitzvah of Torah, it has to be a mitzvah of Nevuah. If it was a mitzvah of Torah, then Torah Shebaal Peh would precede Torah Shebechsav, because they got it only in Torah Shebaal Peh. Das kann es sein. Like the Maharal says in the Gur Aryeh, Shmos Tesvav Lamed Dibur Maslu V'Lavochi. So we can also say, Shebaal Korach Shegilui Advorim Shene'emru B'Torah Shebechtav Yavo Kodem Le'elu Shebaal Peh. וכיוון שסיבת התנגדותו וכפירתו של ישמעאל היא בתורה שבכתב, לפי שממנה נטמאת לגמרי כיורש, לכן נפילתו קודמת לזו של עשיו, שהפקעתו מצד המיעוט שבתורה שבעל פה בי יצחק ולא כל יצחק. So the Gilui and the revelations of what was said Torah Shebechsav have to come before Torah Sheba'al Peh. It's the kfir of Yishmael, the opposition of Yishmael is B'Torah Shebechsav, because he was excluded from that ki yoresh. The Gamrei was excluded. And therefore his nefila has to precede that of Esav. Because Esav is only excluded Bi Yitzchak v'lo kol Yitzchak. And therefore, Dafka, the Yachas between Yaakov and Esav, that they're both Yorshim, have to be in a form of Kishazek comes Zenofel, Lomom Yalad, Yamatz. Whereas Yishmael is Mufka Behedya B'Torah Shebechsav, Ve'eno Yoresh, Ve'eno Begeder, Zekam, Ve'zenofel Be'etzem. So there's no La'om B'La'om Yamatz by Yishmael. Yishmael isn't a Yoresh. It's not us or him. And therefore we only find him beremez. His fall and our rise beremez. Because we don't have such an open relationship of, such a clear relationship of Kishazek comes Zenofel. And therefore his downfall is beremez. And his downfall also precedes that of Esav, because Torah Sheba'al Peh precedes Torah Shebechsav, and Esav is only excluded in Torah Shebechsav. מי שמעמיק רואה שמפורשים הם שורשים אלו בדברי רש"י. רש"י כותב, עד שמת אברהם ישכון, מי שמת אברהם נאמר נפל. Before Avram died, it says Yishkon. After Avram died, it says Nafal. But where was this Nevuah Miskayim? Where do we find a change in Yishmael and his Gedula after the death of Avram? Before he dwelled, and then afterwards he fell. Where do we see that? So therefore it says that the Nefil of Yishmael is insofar as that he doesn't inherit. He has no inheritance. And when is it recognizable that he has no inheritance? After the one who bequeaths the inheritance dies. And therefore after the Misa of Avram, Nafal, he fell. Nafal, fell. And then it says about Nesir Yishmael, B'chatzreim v'tirosam. They have no makom kavua. They have their courtyards and their palaces, but it's only temporary. So that's the Nefila of Yishmael after Avram dies. No, sweet friends, now I've been zocheh to understand a little bit better the roots of the Israeli-Arab conflict. And we should be zocheh b'karav mamish, l'kiyum divrei balaturim, that after Yishmael falls, Yitzchak rises with his descendant David Melech HaMashiach, B'geula Shlema, B'mehera v'yameinu, Amen v'yamein, Shalom Shalom, sweetest and most beloved friends.